My father was stationed at Norton Air Force Base, and I had the privilege of attending Belvedere Elementary, Serrano Junior High. Margaret Hill is my vice principal. And mind you, I didn't see her in her officially vice principal capacity. We all know what that means, right? Education, discipline, it was not there. So, and then of course I went off to Aquinas before my father was transferred to Ramstein, West Germany, where I finished my high school. But after that, I came back. And believe it or not, I graduated from Valley College with my associate's degree while working in this very hotel to pay for it. Now, I moved on and I completed my bachelor's degree at UC Riverside in political science. And I wanted to go into public service. A dedication to public service is something that when you grow in a military family, you have it ingrained in you. Your father, your mother, whomever is serving, they understand what it is to sacrifice. And being a product of that family, sacrifice is not something that we consider to be a negative. It's something that we consider that you have to be able to pass back. But I also thought it was necessary to have something called life's experience. Because the best way for me to be a public servant, and really for all of us to serve the public, is to have a certain breadth of knowledge to be able to call from. And so I chose for my breadth of knowledge to be in the private sector. And I started a business with my wife, my lovely wife, Maria Steinorth. Please wave. We started a small advertising company, which over the last 18 years has employed hundreds of jobs and employees. But what I find more important is we grow small businesses for a living. So we, in extrapolation, have created tens of thousands of jobs over the last 18 years by helping local businesses be successful and helping local businesses' families achieve their level of success. And we're very proud of the commitment that we have to the community by doing that. Now, we didn't stop there. About 15 years ago, we started a small chain of pizza places. It just seemed like it would be a fun thing to do. And the first one was out in Highland, and it's called American Pizza Company. It's still there. If any of you get home, you're still hungry, 425-8912. No, really. And I'll say that again, 425-8912. You can put it in your phones, I don't mind. But we do deliver to San Bernardino, Redlands, Highland, so we got this place covered, so don't worry about it. Now, California has been extremely good to me and my family. California has provided us opportunities that you just don't see in other places. And I believe that all of us here are here because we want the best for our children. As I want the best for my 15-year-old daughter, Madison, and my 6-year-old son, Mason, I know that each one of you want the best for your children or your grandchildren. I believe as your assembly member, I have a commitment to be able to strive to help every single person achieve those dreams and make sure that we focus on the families and the communities for all of us. Now, when I was a young man, I'll say boy, but when I was much younger, and I was trying to decide, we know that question we always get when we're going through school, what do you want to be when you grow up? I think we've heard it before. It's that I don't know, I'm only 15, I don't know what I want to be for the rest of my life. I always thought there should be a book called How to Become. And in that book, it should have every single type of job that we possibly think are out there. Because I tell you, there's jobs now I had no idea were out there when I was a boy growing up. And I would love if somebody would take the time to put in there what decisions are necessary to be able to help you achieve what it is that you want to become. Now, I wanted to be an astronaut. Growing up in an Air Force family, astronaut, that's just kind of cool. And the idea of, re-entry and the flames and all of that, I don't know, I kind of like that. So I always thought, well, how do you become an astronaut? Well, it didn't work out that way. I never thought I'd be an assembly member, that's for sure. But I did know that ultimately I wanted to be successful. I think everybody growing up, they really look at themselves and they say, well, whatever it is that I decide I want to do, I want to be good at it. I want to be the best I can be at that particular profession. Now, success is kind of a unique word. A lot of people define it in different ways. Success for me may be totally different than success for Dr. Hill. Maybe totally different success for Frank Montez. Everybody has their definition of what success is. And I had a conversation about 18 years ago with a young lady that worked for my wife and I. Her name was Deanna. And I asked her that question. I said, how would you define success? And you know, it left an indelible impression on me. And I hold it close to my heart. She said, I want to be able to buy what I need for my children from Target and put it into my grocery cart and purchase it without having to add up the cost before I got to the checkout. Now, I didn't really understand what that meant. I thought, oh, that means she needs to make more money. I mean, that was just the first thing that came to my mind was income. But as I aged, and I started looking at life from, you know, sometimes our eyes get a little more keen as they start to get a little fuzzy as we're older, I realized what she was saying is she wanted the opportunity to have broad shoulders. She wanted the opportunity to be able to put her children on top of those broad shoulders so that they could stand tall and they would have opportunities that she didn't have, and that she was willing to sacrifice whatever was necessary to make sure that she provided those broad shoulders and opportunities for her children. Now, I know that feeling. I know that feeling so deeply right now. I know that as a father of my two children, my wife and I, our core responsibility is to make sure that we open doors and windows of opportunity that were not provided or available, or even, I didn't even know they were in the book of how to become. I didn't know what page to go to even find them. When you leave here tonight, when you go home, I would feel great if you felt empowered. And I'm speaking specifically to the young men over there. That you feel empowered. Yes, you? Yeah? So you. Define success. Define success for yourself. Make a plan. Stick to it. Never let anyone get in your way. Because I'll tell you right now, the only person that's going to interfere between you and your success is yourself. And that's the truth. So all of us, we have our plans. We know what we're trying to strive for. We know what success is meant to be for all of us. And I am blessed, and we are blessed to be here tonight in this room, to be able to celebrate the core mission, really to look around and to be able to say, all of us are here for one reason, to help provide those broad shoulders. We're here to be able to make donations, to be able to answer phone calls, help those young men and young women understand what we can do to help them on their path towards their success. And we're going to help them stick to it. I would ask everybody look around, look at everybody else here, because each one of us is a mentor. Each one of us is a confidant. Each one of us is a friend. We may not know it right now. Hopefully by the time we leave here, we can make some new relationships. I just really want to say that, Terrence, what you've done, I think we can all agree this is a really, really good thing. If we could, can we give Terrence Now, I wasn't planning on coming up here tonight and speaking about the Assembly, Senate bills, Assembly bills, vaccine bills, no vaccine bills. I really wanted tonight just to leave that lasting impression of how each and every one of us can really make a difference in a young person's life. I want us to all ask ourselves, please, how can we make more of an energy, effort, and provide more strength to the young men and women that we know that we can?